Architecture fees are quite variable. Most of the time we work in what's called a lump sum fee arrangement, and that's where often we will charge a percentage of the cost of the construction of a project, and that percentage varies on the type of project. I'll talk about that in a moment. There are some other ways that you can charge for a project. I mean, occasionally you'll work in a time and materials sort of a way that's often not desirable for clients, because if you're just working hourly, it's hard to know how much you're going to end up having to pay. What's nice about a lump sum for a client is you know right up front, this is what the design fee for the project is going to be, and you can kind of keep it inside of a box and work forward from that. There's some other technical things, stipulated sums and not to exceed fee structures and things like that, where you might have an open-ended fee but it's capped at a certain amount without getting permission to go for more, that kind of thing. But generally we're working in this lump sum environment, and so the way that works is, depending on the type of project, we will charge a fee that's appropriate for that project. Now, in the federal realm, there's actually a federal law, it's called the Brooks Act, which puts a cap on the percentage of fees that you're allowed to charge. And it's somewhere around 6.5%. I don't remember exactly, but it's right around in there. And that stipulates that for the basic services of an architect, and those basic services are, the architecture plus the basic engineering, structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, for the basic phases, schematic design, design development, construction documents, etc. That's your base fee. Now, there are things that are not considered basic services that would add on additional fee beyond that. That might be, doing programming, because like I said, not every project has programming, so that's not considered basic service. That would be an additional service. Some projects have unique sustainability goals and require, lead consultants or energy modeling or things like that. Some projects require other specialty consultants, the acoustics or the laboratory consultant or things like that. So those are all going to be additional above and beyond. Sometimes you're asked to do signage, graphics, wayfinding, things like that. So those are going to be additional fees. And so even in a federal project where you're limited by a certain amount of fee for your basic services, there's these additional services that sometimes people will ask for that would go above and beyond that. Now, beyond that, the cost of fees range pretty dramatically. In the case of a custom residential project, you might get 10, 12, 15%, depends on the project, it depends on the client, it depends on the scope. Some private commercial projects, on the other hand, might have fees as low as 2% or 2.5%. It's hard to operate on a low fee like that because there's a lot of expenses associated with any project that you have to work through. But that range of fee is part of what we deal with during the upfront contracting, when we're working back and forth with a client, trying to identify what's appropriate for the given project that we're pursuing.